Hi, I'm Michael, also known as the Tokyo Guitar Tech, and today I want to demonstrate my 6025 Steel Saddle Ghost, a modified Telecaster circuit. Looks kind of like this. It's based off the 1953 to 1967 Telecaster wiring, which I'm going to demonstrate the tones right now. You notice that we have 3 mini toggles here. They're all down, they're all off. So this is your 53 to 67 wiring. In the front position, we have what Leo Fender called the deep rhythm. It's not too popular, but personally I love it. It's my favorite position. Anyway, but I wanted something more of it, so I put in this switch here. Without, with, so this is a dreamy tone that you can only get from this circuit. You won't be able to get it with the tone knob or anything like that because of the capacitor it uses. Okay, the middle position was the neck alone. Let's compare that with deep rhythm and my jazz switch. And you can also use a tone knob. So it does sound different. Maybe not in the video, but you could feel it through the amp. Okay. Now this middle switch right here, I call the sparkle switch. So first let's demonstrate the bridge on its own. So this is your typical bridge position. And here's your neck position. Now it didn't offer a parallel position. You could balance the switch like this between the pickups. You can't with this guitar because the switch is broken there. But, you can balance between the pickups and get that middle sound, but it's kind of hard to balance sometimes. So what I did is I made a very simple switch that throws these 2 pickups in parallel. But it's not just that alone. It actually overlays these pickups in parallel with the bridge pickup being filtered through a capacitor and a resistor that you can see right here, through this capacitor and this resistor, that shaves off the lowest end of the bridge, giving you more shimmer, and it overlays that on top of whatever the pickup selector is selecting. So here is bridge alone, and here's with sparkle. Here's neck alone, here's neck with sparkle. So it adds a little high end, it adds a little shimmer, it adds some flavor, it adds some spice that you're just not going to get from a regular Telecaster. Okay, and it also works in the deep rhythm position. So here's the jazz alone, here's with sparkle. Very subtle difference. You can definitely hear it and feel it through the amp. Okay, and the last switch I call the juice switch, which gives you a juicy tone. So here's the bridge without the juice. Here's with, without, with. Let's do neck, without, with. Now on distortion, this gives you a bite, a snarl. It makes you mean, and it's gritty, and it punches you through the mix. So let's hear how that sounds. Here is without, we have the bridge. Here's with. without. With. Okay, so those are some of the tones you can get. Of course, you can mix and match these presets. There's about 16 total different variations. And the reason why I went with mini toggles is because I don't like having to find your tone with dials. So the volume and the tone alone give you a lot of variation. But it takes, you can't just jump suddenly from one tone to another. But with these presets, you still have the volume and tone. But you can it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. You can get this through my website, shop.goodmanrecordings.com. And you can also design your own Telecaster circuit. So say you wanted a push-pull here instead of one of these toggles, or you want a button, a kill switch, or I have another switch I call the Vibro Pulse, which gives you like the vibrato, the tremolo function of the amp. It allows you to play that with a button. So check out the website. There are more demo videos. Thank you.